We thank you so much, the Kano State Cultural Troupe, for this wonderful entertainment. At this event currently going on at Government House, Dutse, the Kano State Cultural Troupe, doing wonderfully well. Your Excellency, permit me to invite a renowned singer. Ra ra ra. Ra ra ra. Dr. Rarara, recently awarded him by Sheikh Musa Rado, Katana State. Sheikh Musa Rado University, Katana State. Adam Barabili, Akakocherala, now we are Barabili. Uri Ayuri, Aikigame, Magamna. The best performing governor in Nigeria. His Excellency Governor Malaumana.
Hey, beat. Yo. An sarkin aiki agogo.
Sabon sika na salisu babbar harka yanzu na student naka ambassador ya ce ayi waka alamai maita wakar alamai maita ala inganta malam ala inganta alamai maita yan hade gana alamai maita alamai maita yan kuma da suna alamai maita alamai maita yan kazaura na alamai maita alamai maita yan ringe kishin jigawa sabon jigawa wakar gwamna ce dan da shirin nan take ko da kumance daukar nauyin sika ce labara na matasa ya san aikinsa baya sayinsa shanu sai dusa daukar nauyin wakar sika ne ban boye ba sika sunansa shi ne yake wa al'umma aiki kamar ruwan shu. Wata fara ku ce mana sai ban bai, makwabta na yi bai bai, wannan dan mutu, na mata fata, a kai bijan ta, abu salihu mun karba, Muhammadu dan babba, wanda nuzan ba, idan ba ku taba ba, ba zan muku baiti ba, idan ba ku amsa ba. Say sai kallo yaro baya bololo fasin yan kwallo bayan kallo Bola Ahmad dan baiwa dan shi baya gaugawa kafafu domin tsaiwa in ka ji rukun sai tsawa turanci ko turawa gyara zabi dan kowa ba ma shakka lallai ba ma shakkar yan ganye duka dauka ku fade mu fade duka dauka saulaye ku sai mi marga sai tannabu kauce umbe baya olore turen olore tusan Bola Ashuwaju Omologo Ashuwaju Omologo Ashuwaju Olori Oloto Olori Duigi Olori Dugiba Olori Alanu Ashuwaju Miyenju Awa Olote Damu Ashuwaju Dulushe Olote Nishaduyi Iwe awo Olote Iwe awa Shebaje Iwe awa Eleke Iwe awa Labosi Olori Ihirere Olori Tishirere Olori Tofiwa Pere Ashuwaju Tofiwa Pere Jagaba Tofiwa Pere Yarabawa Hausawa Nace Asuwaje Tutayin Nace Asuwaje Tutayin mata Wasu sun sau mota kanta Asuwaje Tutayin mata Kabiyo su jirgi mai mota Asuwaje Tutayin mata Da fito na kwarai baya tabta Asuwaje Tutayin mata Jagaba cancanta Asuwaje Tutayin mata Ke kadai tayar mota Asuwaje Tutayin mata Sai tunubu mai data Asuwaje Tutayin mata Zantiya ita ce zabta Asuwaje Tutayin mata Jini layin ganta Asuwaje Tutayin mata Dukawa ne fata Asuwaje Tutayin mata Tutayin Asuwaje Tutayin mata San kubeta Asuwaje Tutayin mata
MC. Muna godiya a nemi wuri a zazzauna da Allah.
That was Dauda
A nemi wuri a zazzauna muna godiya.
political vocalist, Kano-based political
A nemi wuri
vocalist,
a zazzauna jami'an tsaro a gyara
who has
wuri.
entertained the gathering with CDs, soundtracks.
A gyara mics. A gyara wuri wa wallahi. Wani yanti.
Governor Umar Namadi
TBC.
alongside his guests
Ziga
who have
talabishin
been there
rana.
are
Kowa
the
zauna.
expression from the people in this hall. Continuity of Mr. President from
One house, please. Point of order.
2007 to 2000. Is also to go along
The
with
colorful
the
music. To entertain
are the
His
wishes
Excellency and
of
other
the people
distinguished invited guests at
in
this
this hall,
event.
and of course,
Please on house. Adan saurara mana da Allah.
faithful across Nigeria.
Adan saurara mana.
The program
Nan ba
has
da Allah dan yi ba. Ai ba da Allah jama'a.
the needs for people to come together, especially youth,
Your Excellency,
support
permit me just for one
the
time
federal government and Jigawa state government to succeed in
to
their
invite
various promises
the Honorable
for
Minister
the
of
development of the states and the country. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, over the 2.5 years, have recorded tremendous achievements in various areas of the economy. Over 900,000 beneficiaries of presidential loan and grant scheme have been recorded. It has also been recorded that over 300,000 beneficiaries of student loan scheme in Nigeria. Over 10 billion forex debt have been cleared for Nigeria through the efforts of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For 440 ongoing road projects, including over 2,700 kilometers of superhighways. Minister of Information, National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, is proceeding to the podium to address the gathering.
Great Nigerian youth, great Nigerian youth. I wonder, after listening to the beautiful lyrics of Rarara and the Koroso dance, whether the youth will have the appetite for my speech. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Jigawa State, Malam Umar Namadi, the Speaker of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, distinguished senators here present, members of the House of Representatives, members of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, honorable ministers, the Minister of Youth Development, and the Honorable Minister of State for Education. As we all know, this youthful audience are gathered here to reflect and to celebrate the achievements of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the last 2 years. And I know that the Honorable Commissioner of Information, Jigawa State, has said it is difficult for him to reel out the achievements of the Jigawa State government in 5 minutes. So you can understand my own predicament. I have very little time to reel out all the achievements of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the last 2 years. However, I will try to summarize as much as it is possible. President Tinubu is a leader who understands and appreciates the role that the youth play in national development. This has been his style throughout his political trajectory. Recall that when President actually young people, today these young people have grown and many of them are part of the processes of nation building that we are witnessing here today. Also, let us note that many of the key positions of government are being held by the young men and women appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is an indication of the kind of commitment and the kind of trust that the President has in all the young people of Nigeria. The President has also shown his commitment in numerous ways. One of it, as the Honorable Minister of State for Education has outlined, the Nigerian Education Loans Fund. The Nigerian Education Loans Fund today has received over 1 million applicants. And that fund, as we speak, has already registered more than 620,000, and all of them have benefited from NEL Fund, the National Educational Loan Fund. The federal government has expended more than 116 billion naira to date, and the President has said that he is not going to rest. He will continue to support our young men and women because they are the future of tomorrow. The President's commitment is this, that any young man or woman who is of school age going that is unable to go to school because his parent or guardian is unable to pay for his school fees. And not only the payment of school fees or tuition, also the payment of their upkeep so that they can remain in various tertiary institutions in this country. Also, the President has, through the National Youth Conference, which will take place in 2026, provide Nigerians with a platform to shape the nation's future. and revamped the Renewed Hope National Youth Investment Fund, among other initiatives. The President believes that young people make the bulk of our population, and that is what it is indeed. It is remarkable that half of Nigeria's population is under the age of 20. This makes education an utmost priority for the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As we have heard from the Honorable Minister of State for Education, the Federal Minister of Education has focused on reforms to give our young people greater access to skills that matter most in the 21st century. Also, let us also remember that the private sector has contributed immensely through the support and the encouragement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu towards the development of all the youth in this country. Accordingly, and to cite only one example, MTN Nigeria has committed over 3 billion naira in investment for youth. This is the vision of the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to leverage on the public-private sector capital and commitment for the benefit of all young people of this country. Under the federal government's new technical and vocational education and training, TVET, nearly 1 million candidates have been certified for training across 25 trades, including fashion, garment making, livestock farming, hospitality, electrical installation, computer hardware, solar technology, and many more. The first batch of 250,000 youths has already been assigned to training centers nationwide. Still on education, the Energizing Education Initiative of the Tinubu administration has implemented the Rural Electrification Agency, aims to deliver uninterrupted clean and renewable energy to federal universities across the length and breadth of Nigeria. The essence is that the absence of electricity will no longer hinder teaching and learning in all our schools across this country. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has also, in addition to some of the investments he's doing in education, has inaugurated the Ministry of Livestock Development for the first time in the history of Nigeria. This new Ministry of Livestock Development, and in addition to the Ministry of Regional Development that the President has also created, and the Nigeria First Local Content Policy, is giving opportunity to all the youth of Nigeria so that they can maximize and optimize their potential. The new Nigeria Tax Act, which is going to come into being in January of 2026, exempts businesses with a turnover that is equal or less than 100 million naira annually, meaning that all young men and women who have enrolled and also started their own businesses will not be taxed because of this drive by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure that they maximize profit, they multiply their benefit, and then also more people will be employed. We also have the MSME Clinics Initiative, which, as Minister of Information and National Orientation, I have joined the Vice President of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, to travel to nooks and crannies of this country to attend several of the clinics organized by the MSME. The goal is to ensure that there is entrepreneurship development, there is also small and medium-scale enterprises thriving in all the nooks and crannies of this country. Just last week, the IDAS program, the Investment in Digital and Creative Enterprise, achieved a new milestone with its investment of $64 million fund that will support all new startups and businesses by young Nigerians and also across Africa. Also last week, the Nigerian latest Eurobound, and I want you to listen to this, for those who are saying that the world is no longer having confidence in the Nigerian economy. Only last week, Nigeria's latest Eurobond issuance saw a record oversubscription of about 400%. If people do not trust your economy, if people do not believe that Nigeria is a destination for investment, there is no way that they will invest in such a scale in your economy. Also recall that recently Nigeria was delisted from the so-called gray list of the Financial Action Task Force. In the past, Nigeria, along other countries, were having some restriction in the way they conduct international businesses because of this listing. Now the federal government of Nigeria and Nigeria as a whole has been taken off that list. What this means is that there is a new drive, a new opportunity for all Nigerians and all people around the world to invest with their hearts and minds settled in the Nigerian economy. As I conclude, because there isn't really much time for us, I would like to urge all young Nigerians to be mindful of those who seek to use you as tools of division and disunity. In the age of social media, there is a growing effort by those who do not mean well for our country to recruit our young minds so that they will destroy our country. Social media is very, very important, but social media can also be used as a tool for destruction. Therefore, it is important for our youth to stay very, very clear. They should not allow themselves to be used through the instrumentality of the social media to sow seeds of division, create confusion, create anarchy, and create disunity in our land. It is because of that that the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation only last week, in the last 2 years, battled to get the hosting right of what is called the Media and Information Literacy Institute in Abuja. UNESCO has granted that right to Nigeria. What this means is that we are able to train young men and women in media and information literacy so that they will discern what is good and what is bad. The aim is that this will help us to reduce the menace of fake news, misinformation, and disinformation that has plagued our country. We must all stand up as Nigerians to these forces that are using hate to divide us. We must refuse to play their game and instead use the boundless power of the social media to build our nation, not to tear it down. I want to confidently tell you that in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have a president who means well, a president who is bold, a president who is ambitious, a president who is determined, and the one who is fully committed to leaving behind a society that is better than the way that he has met it. Therefore, we urge all of you to support Mr. President and his renewed hope agenda for the betterment of Nigeria. With a president like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, every challenge that we face today carries an expiration date. Any challenge that you see has an expiry date. There is a day that that challenge will go away. This is what renewed hope is all about. It is an unstoppable movement. It is an unstoppable march towards an increasing greatness and prosperity for the whole of Nigeria. Young men and women, I want to call on you. Let us all unite, young and old, irrespective of religion, irrespective of ethnicity, irrespective of your language or any political belief, to show the world what Nigeria really is. Nigeria is a land of tolerance. All those who are saying that Nigeria does not support religious freedom are just saying this so that they will tear this country apart. The Constitution of Nigeria and also the mandate that the President of Nigeria has is to ensure that this country remains free for all faith. Meaning that whether you are a Christian, whether you are a Muslim, or even if you don't believe in anything, the President says, like the Constitution has guaranteed, you can practice your religion without let or hindrance. Therefore, Nigeria is working hard to ensure that the challenges of security that we have, we know that we have security challenges across this country. And this does not just start today. Since 2009, our country has faced the menace of Boko Haram and other violent extremists. And this is what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been trying to dismantle in the last 2 years. So we call on all Nigerians and indeed the international community to support Mr. President in ensuring that Nigeria is indeed a safer place for everyone. I thank you all for listening, and I want you to please support Mr. President because he means well for our country. He means well for the youth of this country. It is the only regime in this country that has brought about a number of youth-focused programs for the benefit of the youth who constitute the largest population of this country. Thank you very much for listening, and support also the governor of Jigawa State. It is clear what the governor of Jigawa State is doing. We are seeing the handiwork of Jigawa State governor. Jigawa has taken the front seat in agricultural revolution in this country. Please support this governor to achieve that. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
That was the Minister of Information and National Orientation dissecting the achievements of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu so far, and also encouraging the youth and all the citizens of Nigeria to support the president's delivery.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, for the excellent remark at this historic event currently going on.
Jigawa people
Your Excellency,
support Governor Umar Namadi because the governor is on the right track, and he's driving the state to a greater height. So many achievements have been recorded in various development sectors such as agriculture, health, education, and all social indicators of development and progress. The governor is following the footprints of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in terms of showing unwavering commitment to ensure the promises they made to Nigerians and Jigawa State people are fulfilled to the fullest and for the benefit of the state and the country at large. Governor Umar Namadi is called to the podium and addressed the gathering. He is accompanied to the podium by his aides. Let's pause here and hear what Mr. Governor has for the people of Nigeria.
Throw away an obligated Nigerian student, an obligated Nigerian youth. I want to say, I want to show, I want to show, I want to confirm, I want to reconfirm. Aluta, Sakata agency, emergency. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Right Honorable Speaker, Jigawa State House of Assembly, distinguished senators and members of the House of Representatives here present, the Honorable Minister of Youth Development, and the Honorable Minister of Information, and the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Senior Special Assistant to the President, our youth leader, APC youth leader, national youth leader, head of extra-ministerial department and agencies, both at the federal and state level, members of the Jigawa State House of Assembly, official advisors, honorable commissioners, local government chairmen, special assistants, honorable commissioners of information from the northwestern part of this country, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. It gives me great pleasure, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed youth from Jigawa State and from other states in the northwestern part of Nigeria, comprising of Kano, Katsina, Kaduna, Zamfara,
Sokoto, and Kebbi State, and indeed from all over Nigeria. Today, the government and the people of Jigawa State are highly honored to be hosting the Northwest Youth Party, a congregation that presents valuable opportunities for dialogue and reflect upon the progress being made for the development of our youth, not just in Jigawa State, but in Nigeria as a whole. The party to be held today signifies a new chapter in our governance process by providing a veritable interactive platform, the first of its kind, to share perspectives and for deeper reflection on issues germane to the progress and development of our youth as critical stakeholders in the development of governance process. The event marks an important milestone in our collective journey for Greater Jigawa within a united, secured, and prosperous Nigeria. The Youth Party is meant for our youth to come together, to engage in constructive discussions, share ideas, and participate in activities that promote leadership, personal development, and community service. It is indeed an opportunity for our youth to interact with leaders, policy influencers, and among themselves with a view to fostering dialogue on issues that directly affect them and the development of Nigeria and how they can constructively contribute to the process of nation building. It is also an auspicious occasion to showcase our various achievements across sectors, especially as they contribute to shaping the future of our youth. As we know and as should be expected, both the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President and our homegrown 12-point agenda for Greater Jigawa State share common goals and objectives. Well over Ankigile focus on inclusive socio-economic well-being of the people with long-term shared prosperity for the present and future generations. Both the agendas specifically provide strategic direction for the development of our youth as critical stakeholders in the development of our nation. Even though Mr. President's New Hope agenda is all-encompassing with a dynamic vision for long-term macroeconomic stability and prosperity of Nigeria, its focus on development of our youth is indeed unique and innovative. More than any other policy in the first, the Renew Hope agenda comes with a promise of unleashing the untapped potentials of our youth through well-targeted initiatives and innovations. This was premised on the fact that the country's population, particularly the youth, are its greatest assets. With over 65% Nigerians, over 200 million people being in the youth age bracket of between 15 to 35 years, the government policy must necessarily prioritize investing in youth development as a strategic development center. This also has been the focus of our 12-point agenda as far as youth development is concerned. An aspect of our agenda is specifically devoted to, and I quote, investing in people, education, health, and youth empowerment, unquote. Our agenda recognizes our vast population, especially of youth, constituting one of our most valuable assets, making it imperative to develop and implement policies in the most strategic manner to harness this vast reservoir of human capital inherent in our very useful population. To give you a sense of clarity, of centrality of our youth, to give you a sense of centrality of our youth development in our respective agendas, in addition to the whole section focused on youth empowerment. The word youth appeared 30 times in the Renew Hope agenda and 20 times in our 12-point agenda, each time in a ways that portend a greater future for youth. In all instances of this mention, both agendas highlighted the best intentions and the strategic focus for development of our youth. These include, among others, building a Nigeria especially for our youth, where sufficient jobs with decent wages create a better life, supporting the youth in achieving their best destination for our nation, where youth are given a fairer deal, supporting our youth to become a leading catalyst in driving economic resurgence, training and building capacity among Nigerians' large and useful population to make greater advantage of the opportunities in the fourth industrial revolution, that is the ICT industry, unleashing the potential and the talent of our youth in support and entrepreneurship, creating platforms to allow our youth to fulfill their greatest aspiration, drastically reducing the number of disaffected youth who join extreme groups out of despair and alienation, giving those a fair chance to live and to contribute to a more just and prosperous Nigeria. Supporting youth innovators to acquire and protect copyright through patent and trademarks, building a Nigeria where significant jobs with a decent wage create a better life for our youth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in Jigawa State, we have up an issue aligning our strategic priorities with the promises of Mr. President Renew Hope agenda, ensuring that our 12-point agenda reflects these themes and delivers real, tangible, and measurable progress to our youth for empowerment and development. Our approach has been both responsive and proactive, focusing on human-centered policy to empower the youth through agricultural transformation, improve access to quality education, job creation and employment generation, and provision of means of sustainable livelihood. Considering that youth development is a cornerstone of our strategic development agenda, we have not wasted time on assuming the mantle of leadership to establish an agency with a specific mandate for promoting empowerment and employment of our youth. This agency was eventually backed by a law enacted by the Jigawa State House of Assembly to ensure effective funding and sustainability for its program. Notwithstanding the establishment of this agency, we have as a policy mainstream youth and women empowerment across all sectors, as we have comprehensively pursued the implementation of our strategic development agenda for Greater Jigawa. This has made it possible to achieve so much within a relatively short period of time. I am delighted to note that the presentation has already been made, highlighting some of our achievements across key sectors since we assumed the mantle of leadership. It will therefore suffice me to add that during the first 2.5 years, we have launched several targeted programs aimed at equipping our young people with market-relevant skills, fostering entrepreneurship, and creating pathways for employment and self-reliance. We have, through various initiatives, provided jobs and means of livelihood to over 400,000 people through both regular empowerment and employment initiatives and other sector-specific interventions. These include agricultural empowerment, support, recruitment of agricultural extension agents, recruitment of J-Teach and J-Health staff, youth outsourcing program and on artificial intelligence and blockchain technology in collaboration with GLOA, women empowerment initiatives, and a host of other sectoral initiatives. Over the last 2.5 years, our flagship agency for youth empowerment alone has mounted over 56 programs with over 355,000 beneficiaries, now skilled, employable, and empowered with means of sustainable livelihood. Programs such as Rice Millionaires Initiative, Mobile Food Vendors, digital skill acquisition training program, support to micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises, and soilless farming initiative has supported many of our youth to transit to middle-class families. Our three state-of-art industrial-scale modern embroidery and fashion design centers are ready for commissioning, mainly targeting empowerment of our youth. On the part of Mr. President Renew Hope agenda, our special guest, the Minister of Youth Development, and also the Minister of Education, as well as the Honorable Minister of Information, has already done a fantastic job by providing an overview of what has been accomplished so far. Nonetheless, it is common knowledge that several interventions were initiated under the platform of Renew Hope agenda with several key achievements. This includes several youth empowerment and development initiatives through which hundreds of thousands of Nigerian youth have benefited. This includes, among others, Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Renewed Nigerian Jubilee Fellows Program, expansion of MSME support for young entrepreneurs, establishment of Nigerian Youth Academy, launch of Corporeneur Scheme, increasing youth representation in leadership positions, implementing several skill development programs, and several other support programs under the National Social Investment Program. As we review and reflect on this achievement, it is important to recognize the active role youth play in shaping the future of our state and Nigeria as a whole. Through continuous engagement and feedback, we remain committed to refining our programs and policies to better serve the aspiration of our young generations. As we engage in the Pali, I urge our youth to seize the opportunity available, contribute meaningfully to our collective progress, and uphold the value of hard work, innovation, and patriotism that underpin both the Renew Hope agenda and our vision for Greater Jigawa, anchored on 12-point agenda. Together, let us reaffirm our resolve to build a prosperous, inclusive, and resilient society throughout Nigeria, where every young person is empowered to reach his or her full potentials. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I profoundly thank all our youth from Jigawa State, the Northwest Geopolitical Zone, and beyond, who were able to come purposely to participate in the Fali. I urge you to freely interact and constructively contribute to ensuing dialogue. Thank you all for listening, and thank you in advance for your positive contribution to the discussion. Once again, I want to thank the Honorable Minister for Youth Development as well as the Honorable Minister of Information for their perseverance and their own ability to withstand our long program. Finally, I want to thank all the people that have time to attend this Pali and wish everybody a safe journey back to our respective destination. Long live Jigawa State, long live Northwestern Geopolitical Zone, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for the wonderful address. This monumental assignment currently going on. May I once more respectfully invite the Honorable Minister of Youth Development to the podium.
Honorable Minister, on behalf of the youth of Jigawa State, this is a compilation of 100,000 youths of Jigawa State that has endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the second term in office, 2027, inshallah. This is their names and their addresses. 100,000 youths from the Jigawa state have endorsed Mr. President for the second term in office.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. The good people of Jigawa said, I am sport of your policies. You have done excellently well, Your Excellency, making us proud as one of the best states in Nigeria. On the final note, Your Excellency, permit me to invite Comrade Jibril to give us a closing prayer and thereafter the national anthem.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير ما سألك منه نبيك وحبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من الشر ما استعاذك منه نبيك وحبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Your Excellency, the national anthem.
That has been the live transmission from Dutse, the Jigawa State capital.